The following is a special Wayne Hills Television sports presentation.
Hello and welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium for today's 2010 girls high school basketball matchup between your Wayne Hills Patriots and the Fair Lawn Cutters. I'm John Vittas here with Joe Rapp. Joe, last time we were on Wayne Hills TV was on the field at a snowy Giant Stadium. We moved indoors. It's a temperate 72 degrees, and we're here to watch some girls basketball today. Now Hills comes in with a record of 2-4. Fair Lawn is 6-2, so they have the upper hand record-wise. Now Hills was pretty solid last year. They made the county playoffs, lost in the first round. They do have some high expectations this year. They should be a pretty good team, but they come in at 2-4. What are their expectations for the season, and what do they have to do in order to get back to the county playoffs?
Well, this team can do a lot of things. I mean, they got Sam Litsky, a three-point shooter, low dominating the paint, and Bridget Green also dominating the paint with their all-star rebounding.
Now, Fair Lawn is led by Crystal Polly, who's averaging 13.5 points a game, which is a lot. Now, what does Wayne Hills need to do to stop her and come away with the win tonight?
They can't let her get easy baskets. Their woman has to stay in front of her at all times. Don't let her get to the basket, get easy layups. Make her work. Just keep her to a jump shooter.
Now, if you had to pick one player tonight that needs to step it up for the Patriots, who is it?
It's got to be Erica Wills. I mean, she's had a disappointing start to the season so far, averaging about 6 points a game. I mean, she's the point guard. She's a catalyst for this Wayne Hills squad. She's got to step it up.
Now, the person that I look for Wayne Hills to step it up is the center, Bridget Greenwald. She's the senior leader on this team along with Lauren Sullivan. This is a very young Wayne Hills team. They start 2 sophomores. All their players coming off the bench are sophomores. And Fair Lawn, 4 out of their 5 starters are seniors. So they definitely have the experience advantage, and Bridget Greenwald is going to need to let that experience show tonight in order for her to have a big game and to come away with the victory.
Absolutely.
We'll be back with the tip after this. Welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium for today's matchup between the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Fair Lawn Cutters. I'm John Vittas here with Joe Rapp as we get set to get underway here at Wayne Hills High School. Now, Joe, like I said in the pregame, last year's team was led by senior forward Holly Basnick, who was just an absolute force down low for the Patriots. Bridget Greenwald replaces her, and so that Hill's inside presence is still very strong. But one of those players that have stepped up inside for them this year has been sophomore Christy Cherub, who is, I believe, leading the team in scoring, which is a huge surprise from a sophomore. Joe, what has she brought to this team this year?
Well, John, going back to last year, like you said, Christy Cherub, she brought a lot of energy off the bench. And now this year, she's bringing it into the starting lineup. I mean, she's probably one of the best player on the team, giving her a spark with the scoring. So she's done a great job so far, and hopefully she can keep it up.
Now in football, though, they describe some quality wide receivers as having a great combination of size and speed. Now you don't hear that too much in basketball, but Cherub definitely brings that to this team. She's very fast and she's very tall. She's probably around 5'10". And she's only going to get better as her career goes along, so she is going to be a force in the next couple seasons for this Wayne Hills team. As we get ready to get things underway, Bridget Greenwald is going to take the tip for Wayne Hills. They'll be moving from right to left. Tip is won by Sam Litsky and the Patriots. They get it right up ahead to Cherub, who misses the layup. Erica Wills is there underneath to get the board. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Cutters. So right off the bat, we were talking about Cherub's speed, and we saw it as she was streaking right past the Fair Lawn defender coming off the tip.
Yeah, but John, she may have got there quickly, but she didn't make the layup, and that's what counts.
A very similar inbound strategy as the boys' team as they flip it up to Bridget Greenwald, the tallest player. The boys' team does it a lot with Chris Fontio around that wing area. So if you can't find anyone, just flip it up to them, and they'll be able to get it. This is Cherub controlling now, trying to find someone. Fair Lawn's defense is very intense. Cherub keeps up her dribble somehow. She flips it over to Litsky. Sullivan now along the wing. They're going to take an official timeout here. Looks like Cherub might have been shaken up. But Joe, we've seen it early on so far as we're a little over 30 seconds into this one. The girls' game moves a lot slower than the boys' game, that's for sure. We've been to a few boys' games this year, and the girls are not afraid to waste their time. I mean, they pass it around as much as they can. They're going to look for the layup, as opposed to the boys who are not afraid to fire up a three at any time. So the girls are, as you see here, they're going to get into a passing offense, move around, set some screens, and really take their time.
Well, John, without a shot clock, you can do that in high school sports. And they just want to get the best shot possible. And if with no shot clock, why not do that?
It's a great point, Joe. I mean, there's no, like you said, no shot clock here, so you have all the time in the world to really pick your poison and run whatever type of play you want. Rebound there by number 21, Christina Nieves for the Cutters. They flip it up along the far sideline. They're going to call a traveling violation on the Cutters. That was number 10, Samantha Tucker.
I mean, John, in girls' games that I've seen, there tends to be a lot of turnovers, and that could lead to fast break points. So that might be a big part of this game, turnovers.
That's true. The girls are not afraid to get their hands in on the ball handler and try to knock something away. And the ball handling at the girls' level is not quite up to par with the boys' game. So you definitely see a lot of strips, a lot of turnovers, and fast breaks.
As you see, Christy Scherb getting in the action early, getting to the foul line.
Well, last year she was more of a role player for this team, but she stepped up this year to be one of the main roles on this Patriots squad. She's at the free throw line now. She hits the first free throw. So the first points of the game go to the Patriots. They're up 1-0 now, a minute and a half in. Cherup's second is good, so she's money on both of her free throws. 2-0 Wayne Hills. This is number 5, Tracy Wright, who was bringing it up. It looks like Wright and Polly will work the ball handling duties tonight. Both of them shorter players, but it looks like they're pretty skilled with the basketball in their hands. Drive down baseline, rebounded by Bridget Greenwald, who gives a lead pass to Lauren Sullivan running the break. She doesn't have numbers. She's going to take it inside. Kick it out to Sam Litsky, who chucks up a long 3, and she banks it home. I don't know if Litsky meant to do that.
Well, like I said in the pregame, John, that's her specialty. Sam Litsky is your three-point shooting threat from outside, and Fairlawn's in trouble if she keeps making those.
They kick it out this time. Shot is going to be taken and missed by number 11, Crystal Polly, the leading scorer for this Cutters team, coming in averaging 13.5 points a game. Litsky drive, dishes it to Greenwald, gets inside. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Nitka. Here come the Cutters. They lose the ball, and Litsky comes away with it. Bridget Greenwald getting her nose in the middle of things as Litsky's going to run the break now. They get it to Cherub underneath, who lays it up and in. The second basket of the night for Cherub. They're going to call a foul. And one, so 3-point play for Christy Cherub.
Wayne Hills getting to the basket early and often, scoring easy points, and you have to do that if you want to win.
I believe they called a foul after the shot went down. I didn't see quite what it was as Cherub gets inside again, misses that one. So it was something to do with the inbound, but I'm not quite sure, but it is 7-0 Wayne Hills nevertheless. Coach Porter dialing up an inbound play, and they're going to call a traveling violation on Erica Wills. So they'll go back over to the Cutters.
Let's just hope Erica can get that out of her head and start playing some defense.
Erica is one of the few players on this team with experience. The other two, of course, being Lauren Sullivan and Bridget Greenwald, the seniors. But Wills was the starting point guard all year last year, so she has her varsity time. Nerves won't be an issue for her. As, of course, she's also the phenomenal pitcher on the softball team. Last year, pitching just about every single inning for that team, leading them to their first ever county crown after basically coming out of nowhere. They were terrible the year before. And there you see number 1, Erica Wills. She also was number 1 on that softball team, so she's quite the athlete.
For how good she is, she can wear any number she wants.
And she's fittingly wearing number 1. Foul's going to go against Crystal Polly, so Hills will inbound from under their own basket. 4:45 to go in this first quarter. Again, they're going with the set play. Sullivan can't find anyone, and they will finally call the 5-second violation. So good ball denial from the Cutters. Tracy Wright working on Wills. They kick it out. 3-point baskets off back iron, no good. Rebound back to Fairlawn, but they lose it, and Wills comes away with it. She's looking to run. She gets stripped from behind. Litsky gets it, but they're going to call a traveling violation. I'm not sure about that one. It looked like the Fairlawn player might have gotten her hands on it for either a jump or a loose ball, but they called a travel on Litsky.
It could have been a travel, John. Could not have been a travel. Really don't know at this point because the ref had the best eye.
Well, the only opinion that matters is that of a referee. Here's Tracy Wright getting inside. The dish up ahead is no good. But number 15, Talia Nicko, will head to the line shooting 2.
See, John, when you just saw there Talia, she knew she was fouled. And what you want to learn if you're a young player, if you hear the whistle, you just throw it up because maybe you could try to get a three-point play.
Absolutely. Just throw one up there if you're fouled and see what happens. There's nothing to lose. Nitka's first free throw is good. The southpaw hits the first one. So Fairlawn's on the board now, down by 6. Nicka drills a pair. So it's now 7-2 Wayne Hills, halfway through this first quarter. Lauren Sullivan's going to handle the point guard duties to start things off. And now they're going to attack. Wow, look at that. Fairlawn in rhythm, just charging up ahead at the ball handler. And it got to the Patriots as Erica Wills travel. That's the second time she's done that in the last couple minutes. The pick is missed there by Polly, who has the ball right now at the top of the key. Drops it off for Tucker. Tucker banks home a two-pointer from inside the arc. First points of the game for Samantha Tucker, the senior guard, who cuts the lead down to 3.
Well, I guess these players on this court right now want to use the glass.
We saw Litsky bank home the 3. I really don't think they're intending on this, but if it goes, it goes.
Exactly right. It matters if it goes in the cup, John.
Wills to inbound. Charup with it in the corner. Litsky tries to drive down the lane. Gets it to Greenwald, who's able to get it away to Charup, who lays it in. So the assist to Bridget Greenwald, and Charup now has 6 points.
Not only an assist for Greenwald, that was a great hustle play, getting down on the court, not giving up, and finding Christy Sheriff.
Well, she's a scrapper. I mean, Greenwald went up every day against Holly Basnick in practice the last 2 years, and that definitely toughened her up, as Polly no good on the three-pointer, rebounded by Litsky. But, I mean, you talk about the mentoring of Holly Basnick. That is just invaluable for an inside player, and it's really helped Greenwald tremendously because she has become quite the inside presence in her own right. So, I mean, you got to give credit to her, of course, for working hard, but it's hard not to mention Holly Basnick's mentoring. A three-point basket is hit there by Tracy Wright. So just like that, Fairlawn's right back to within 2.
Both teams making their shot. I mean, these teams, are going to start playing some defense very soon.
Fairlawn's in a man-to-man right now. Both these teams match up pretty well height-wise. So size-wise, it's pretty even. It's going to come down to more talent as Greenwald chucks up an air ball as Charup and Fairlawn player go crashing off the court, cross-court pass down to Nitka, who gets stuffed by Charup, kicks it out to Tracy Wright for 3, who shoots up an air ball. So Wright hit the first one, but she can't get the second one to go. Back over to the Patriots.
Sheriff a force down low, stuffing Talia. Oof. That gave me the goosebumps over here, John.
Stolen away by Polly. Here comes the leading scorer, kicks it out to Tracy Wright. Gets it to Tucker. Tucker puts it up, no good. Oh my God! Offensive rebound. They can't get it to go. Greenwald saves it to Charup. So some good hustle here from Wayne Hills. Coach Porter's got it like that as the lead pass up ahead. They post up Greenwald, makes a move, puts it up. Can't get it to fall, rebounded by Nitka. They're going end to end here as Tracy Wright will finally slow it up. They get it down low to Christina Nieves, who kicks it out. Tucker for 3, rattles out, rebounded by Greenwald.
Obviously, viewers at home seeing that Fairlawn is not hesitant to shoot the ball, and they will if they get an opportunity.
Litsky shot no good, rebounded by Charup, who puts it in. So Christy Charup is on a roll, 8 points for her. Polly to Nitka. tight defense from Cherub. She's been in the face of her guarding duties all night. Nowhere to go for Fairlawn. The defense has been tight. They finally get something open off a pick. It's going to go out of bounds off Fairlawn, back to Wayne Hills with 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. Little full court press here from Fairlawn. First time we've seen this. They're going to back off now. Back into their man-to-man defense. Litsky has the ball. Wills one-on-one with Wright. She gets inside, gets it to Sullivan, who kicks it out to Cherub for three, and Christy Cherub hits the three-point goal. 11 points in the first quarter for Christy Cherub.
She can do it all, John. A heave.
The heave from Crystal Polly is no good, so the leading scorer for Fairlawn is held scoreless in the first quarter, but the story has got to be Christy Cherub and her 11 points.
Absolutely, John. She's doing it all. She's getting in the paint. She's making a three. She's doing it all. She is doing it all.
Wayne Hills with a great start to this one, up 14-7 here at the end of the first quarter. A little bit of surprise with Fairlawn at 6-2 on the season. So they've had their fair share of wins. They've beaten Clifton, PCT, Bergen Tech, Sparta, Paramus, Passaic. Those are some pretty good public and private schools. They lost to Teaneck, who is a historically great basketball school, as well as Morris Catholic in the championship of the Fast Break Classic, which is one of those holiday preseason tournaments. And Fairlawn won their first two games in that one before losing in the finals to Morris Catholic. Now looking over at Wayne Hills' schedule this year, it's not as pretty. They come in with a record of just 2-4. They beat Passaic by a ton, as well as PCT by 10. That was their last game, but they lost to Teaneck as well as Kennedy from Patterson. And in their Joe Poly tournament over the break, they lost to IHA and Pascack Valley. So all four of their losses were against great teams, like very, very highly ranked teams in the state of New Jersey. And they hung with IHA and Pascack Valley in both of those games, but they had tough third quarters and weren't able to pull out the win. So they've had their fair share of disappointments this year, but they've taken care of the teams they should have. And against this pretty good Fairlawn team, they're playing very well.
Absolutely, John, and they're playing well right now. Chris Sheriff gets a steal, goes to the paint.
There's that speed, but Cherub can't finish at the other end.
It looked
Tracy
like a
Wright
foul.
coming back the other way. They get it inside. Work some subs in now, does Fairlawn. They get it down low to number 21, Christina Nieves, who lays it in. Those are Nieves' first points of the game. She's definitely the inside presence for the Cutters. They haven't been able to get her the ball at all, with Bridget Greenwald denying a steal here from Polly. They kick it up ahead. I'm sorry, that's Polly taking the shot, rebounded by Greenwald. He's able to get it to Sullivan. He's going to slow things up a minute into this second quarter with the Patriots leading by 5. Sullivan, a good ball handler, gets it inside to Cherub. The sky hook is no good, but she's fouled on the head of the line.
Going back to Fairlawn's last trip to the basket. I mean, they had a 2-on-1. You got to penetrate to the basket and try to get an open layup.
Christy Cherub hit her first 2 free throws in the first quarter. We'll see if she can keep that perfect streak going as Fairlawn gets ready to check in their first substitutes of the night. Cherub's first free throw is good. She is on the mark with every one of these. Every one has been a perfect swish. So, I mean, her talent is, her potential is through the roof. She's just a sophomore, and she's dominating this game right now. Second free throw is perfect. 13 points now for Cherub in just 9 minutes of play. I mean, if this is an NBA game, you're talking Kobe's 81. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of points she's putting up in a short amount of time. Polly's jumper is no good off back rim, rebounded by Cherub. She'll get it out up ahead to Nicolette Dries, who's checked in for the first time. The freshman is getting some action here. Dries, another phenomenal athlete in this Wayne Hills athletic program. She's a great soccer player, had a lot of goals this year for that team as a freshman. And she comes into basketball, makes the varsity team. She's the 6th man, really, for this team. And her role's only going to increase as the season and her career go on. They get it down low to Cherub. Easy layup. Beautiful assist from Lauren Sullivan. And Cherub puts another one home.
can't stop her, John. She's had 15 of the 18 points.
Fairlawn has got to come up with an answer for Christy Cherub as Polly pulls up from 15 feet and hits the jumper. So that's Crystal Polly's first points of the night, as it's now 18-11 Wayne Hills. Back to Wills and the Patriots, as now Sam Litsy's going to come in for Sullivan. So Nicolette Drees will stay in to get some notable minutes here in the second quarter. They get it to Litsky, but their screens on these set inbound plays have just not been effective. They haven't been able to get a body on the Fairlawn players. Their stacking is not tight enough right now, so they're going to have to ratchet that up a notch if they want to get some easy points off the inbounds. Drees draws some penetration, gets it inside to Cherub. Greenwald, no good. Cherub's triple teamed, and she puts it up, no good. They fight for the board. Girls hitting the floor left and right. But it eventually falls into the hands of Nicolette Drees. Gives it to Litsky, who pulls up from 3. Off back iron, rebounded by Cherub, who fights down low. They're going to call a travel on Christy Cherub. So it'll go back over to the Cutters.
Well, you got to give an A for effort for Christy Cherub. Not letting it go down. She's fighting for the ball. She wants to score more points. She wants to get Kobe's 81, John. I guess she heard you on the way down here.
She's not just a scorer. She's a scrapper. And Coach Porter has no choice but to leave her in probably every minute this season, as they're going to call a travel on Samantha Tucker, as now sophomore Mariana Vasiljevic is going to come into the game replacing Greenwald. So Greenwald's going to get a breather. Vasiljevic will fill in for her down low, who she's probably going to be that center, fill that center position next year when Greenwald graduates. Wills finds Vasiljevic up top. Drees kicks it to Litsky. Tight defense from Fairlawn. Here's Wills now, makes a move inside, not giving any room. Cherub makes a move on the defender, gets inside, pulls up from 15 feet, no good. That was number 4. I'm sorry, I'll get a name on that in a second. This is Polly now, pulls up from 18. The high arcing jumper's no good. And getting inside for the Cutters is number 14, Ariel Mann-Harper. So Mann-Harper gets into the game and makes an impact right away. Fairlawn's cut it to 5 now. Here's Wills trying to make things happen. She's had a quiet start to this one. She puts it up and in. Erica Wills with the 10-foot floater, and she's on the board.
She's got to do more of that, John. I mean, she's my player to watch. She's got to make me look good, you know?
So by my count, Cherub had scored 11 straight points before Wills put that one in. So finally, someone other than Christy Cherub gets on the board. Polly drives and is fouled hard by Vasiljevic, so she'll go to the line shooting 2. Polly is a 52% free throw shooter on the year. Puts it up and hits her first one. As now number 21, Christina Nieves, is going to check back in, replacing Nitka. Polly's second, no good, so she stays true to her 52% free throw shooting. Hits 1 of 2. As now Wright is going to check in for Polly. So the leading scorer heads to the bench as that ball went off out of bounds off of Patriot. So Fairlawn will retain possession down by 6. They get it inside. A foul's going to be called on Wayne Hills as Megan Tuschler got in there. The sophomore will go to the line. Really the only sophomore that has significant statistics for this Fairlawn team. They're a very experienced club. 4 out of their 5 starters are seniors. No freshmen on this roster, so they're a very, very older team as far as in comparison to Wayne Hills, who has a freshman, I believe 4 sophomores, and only 2 seniors, 1 junior. The second free throw goes for Tuschler, so she's 1 for 2 from the line. Sullivan trying to make a move on Man Harper. They get it to Dries as two Fairlawn players go crashing into the stands. Cross-court pass to Litsky, gets it inside to Cherub, who passes it right into the arms of Ariel Man Harper. Here come the Cutters. This is right, cross-court to Tucker. Tucker flips one up, and Greenwald's battling for it. They go to the floor. Dries is going to lead the fast break up ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan loses it. They're going to call a travel on Lauren Sullivan. That's a bad call. The referee didn't have a good angle on that one, and he couldn't see that Sullivan had lost the ball. From his perspective, it looked like she just walked with it, but she had actually lost the ball. So a tough break for the Wayne Hills, but they're up by 5 with 2:51 to go here in the second quarter.
Fairlawn slowly but surely trying to get back in this game, cutting it to 5. Let's see what they can do here. They got an open layup.
Nice inside pass to Ariel Man Harper. She had an open layup, couldn't get it to go, but she's fouled, so she will head to the line. Good ball movement now from Fairlawn, who is able to get the ball inside now. They haven't been able to do that all night, but they're making some nice interior passes and getting themselves open down low. Man Harper's first is good, as Nika will check back in. Man Harper hits both free throws. Fairlawn cuts the Hills' lead to 3 with 2.5 minutes to go. Nicolette Dries handling the ball a little bit. She almost lost it, but Litsky gets it back. Litsky up ahead. Nice pass to Sullivan, who tries to get it down low to Vasiljevic, but it goes out of bounds. Back to the Cutters.
Hills turning the ball a little bit more in the second quarter. I bet Mr. Porter does not like that. He wants to stop that.
Hills has gone a little cold in the last few minutes. They were scoring at will with Cherub down low late in the first, early in the second. But the last few minutes, they really haven't scored much other than Wills' floater a couple minutes ago. Man Harper getting some serious minutes here. Dishes to Polly. Polly, a left-hand dribbler, similar to Erica Wills. So both point guards for these teams are lefties, which is very odd in basketball. Of course, the point guard for the boys team is also a lefty, Matt Heskins. So Wayne Hills has their fair share of left-handed point guards, as that one is taken away by Cherub. Up ahead to Wills now. Gets inside, trying to make a move. Absolutely stuffed by number 21, Christina Nieves. As now Polly's going to try to get things going. She only has 3 points. She averages 13.5, so she's going to have to put some points on the board in a hurry if she wants to meet that mark. Polly pulls up from 16 feet, way short. Man Harper gets it, the rebound, but she gives it right to Lauren Sullivan. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go now. Wills looking to post up Greenwald. She can't do it. Greenwald misses on the pick as well. They swing it to Litsky, who will give it to Wills now. Pulls up from 3-point range. No good off back iron. Rebounded by Nieves. .52 seconds remaining in the first half. Getting inside is Nika, rebounded by Cherub. She's going to take it herself. There's no one out there to help her. She goes up, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Christy Cherub, mowing over Crystal Polly, so it'll head back over to Fairlawn with 43 seconds to go.
I mean, you got to like the aggressiveness, but maybe a little bit too aggressive there, John.
Well, I think Coach Porter's going to take that. He's not going to tell her to take it easy, because if she takes it easy, I don't know, this team's going to be in trouble. She's the only one that's been able to score tonight. They're going to possibly hold the ball for 27 seconds. Try to get the last shot. Polly's going to take it inside now on Greenwald, who's there to deny. It's taken away by Vasiljevic. Gets it up ahead to Litsky with 17 seconds to go. Greenwald to Wills, who's wide open on the wing, pulls up from 8 feet and hits it. So Erica Wills with her second field goal of the night. 6 seconds to go now. Polly's going to have to hurry up a little bit. 4 seconds to go. Gets it down low to Man Harper, who lays it up. No good at the buzzer. So that'll do it for the first half of action, with your Wayne Hills Patriots leading the Fairlawn Cutters by a score of 22-17.
Yeah, it was a pretty good half for Wayne Hills. I mean, they do have the 5-point lead. They played aggressive throughout the first half. I mean, it was the Christy Sharp score. Excuse me, it was the Christy Sharp. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, John. It was a show. It was a Christy Sharp show. That's what I'm saying. I mean, she played great. Has about 15 points, if I'm not correct.
15.
And she's been carrying the Wayne Hills team, and let's see if she can do that in the second half.
Now, for me, I think Bridget Greenwald's going to need to step it up a little bit. She has yet to score today. She scored 17 points in their last game against PCT, senior leader. So we'll look for Hills to get her into the action a little bit more in the second half. But they're up by 5, so Coach Porter has got to be content. We'll be back with a little bit of first half highlights in the second half of action after this. She gets Giametta. Giametta corrals it, puts a shot on net. Deflected to net. A goal by Brittany Galone. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship.
Oh, baby, call your friends. Call your friends. Wayne Hills state champions, baby.
Couldn't script it any better, Joe. Couldn't script it any better myself.
What a shot by Brittany Galone off the deflection from Jacqueline Giametta. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship in dramatic fashion. Welcome to the gift game here at Wayne Hills High School, where your Wayne Hills Lady Patriots lead the Fairlawn Cutters by a score of 22-17 at the half. Let's take a look at some first half highlights in this one. It was really the Christy Cherub show tonight, but Sam Litsky got the scoring going here in the first quarter, banking home this three-pointer to put Wayne Hills on top and got their scoring going. Now here we go with the Cherub show. Cherub's first three-pointer of the night that got her scoring going, and she just picked it up from there. She's going to get the board here, knocking a little garbage points. And Joe, I mean, she was just dominant in all aspects of the game.
Of course, she made every shot. She made the three. She just made a layup right there. She can't miss.
I mean, this is just the Christy Cherub highlight reel, but she has 15 points in this one. But she did more than just score. I mean, she played great defense, hustle plays, steals. She's really doing it all, and she's gonna continue keep it up. But I mean, Hills is gonna need a couple other players to help if they want to continue to maintain this lead. So we'll be back with the second half of action after this. She gets it to Giametta. Giametta corrals it, puts a shot on net. Deflected into the net. A goal by Brittany Galone. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship.
Oh, baby, call your friends. Call your friends. Wayne Hills state champions, baby.
Couldn't script it any better, Joe. Couldn't script it any better myself.
What a shot by Brittany Galone off the deflection from Jacqueline Giametta. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship in dramatic fashion. Welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium, where the Wayne Hills Patriots lead the Fairlawn Cutters 22-17 as we get ready to start the second half of action. We've brought in the sophomore stud off the bench, Thomas Auerbach, who's joining me now for the second half of action, giving us a fresh perspective. Thomas, you watched the first half of this one. What stood out for you?
Well, Chrissy Cherub's play throughout the first half, it was amazing. The entire first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter, she might have been slightly fatigued towards the end of the second quarter.
We get ready to start things off here in the second half of action. Cherub led the Patriots with 15 points. Let's just roll through the points real quick. Erica Wills has 4, Litsky 3. For Fairlawn, it's been a balanced attack. No one has more than 3. Polly and Wright have 3. Tucker, Nieves, Nika, and Man Harper have 2. And Tuschler has 1. So for Wayne Hills, they have a lot of weapons on this team, but Cherub has really been the only one to step it up tonight. Thomas, out of all these girls on this team for Wayne Hills, who do you think needs to really step up their game to another level in the second half?
Well, I think Wills has to. Being a senior on this team, she has to distribute the ball to the other players and make sure they can get easy baskets.
Yeah, she hasn't been able to really create for herself. She's tried to make something happen off the dribble, but she lost the ball a couple times. She hit 2 shots, so she does have 4 points, so she's not completely quiet. But she does have a ton of talent, and I'd like to see her step it up a little bit more in the second half.
I agree completely. If she plays good, Wayne Hills should have a great chance of winning this basketball game.
she is a great ball handler as well. She can score a lot. She hasn't shown it that much tonight, but she can dribble both hands. She's pretty much ambidextrous, as there's Christy Cherub right out of the gates, picking up where she left off in the first half, putting up a nice floater in the lane. But going back to Wills, she's a great ball handler, and she's going to have to really pick up the scoring for this team because she's supposed to be a leader on this team. And like Joe said in the pregame, she's only averaging 7 points a game, which is all right. But I would like to see Will step it up a little bit, as well as Bridget Greenwald, who I mentioned a little bit at the end of the first half. She's scoreless right now, and she had, like I said, 17 points in the last game, senior leader. So I would like to see them look to give her the ball.
Especially with so many sophomores on this team. The seniors on this team really need to step it up in order to show the sophomores what to do when they get to be into the senior year. And
one great stat, the combined point total for seniors in this game, 0. Lauren Sullivan and Bridget Greenwald have been held scoreless in this one. As now Sullivan will get it to Greenwald down low, tries to make a move on Nieves. She's double teamed, puts it up, no good, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. So right on cue, Bridget Greenwald puts it in, and she is on the board. 26-17 Patriots, a minute and a half in here in the second half. Here's Polly working on Sullivan. They get it to right in the corner. Pace has picked up a little bit here in the second half. They're moving around a lot.
Well, Fairlawn doesn't want this game to get out of reach. They need to score as many baskets as quickly as possible.
Litsky got drilled coming off the pick, but she has a fast break coming the other way. Lays it up, no good, but she gets fouled hard. So Sam Litsky getting knocked around on the offensive and defensive ends. Foul goes to Tucker, and Litsky will head to the line.
These are Litsky's first free throws of the game. Let's see if she can make them as well as Cherub has in this game.
Cherub's 4 for 4, and Fairlawn has been pretty good from the line too. They're 6 for 8, so that's really keeping them in it. Down by 9, make it 10 now as Litsky hits the first one.
1 shot, 3.
Litsky's second's no good off front iron, rebounded by Nieves. Outlet pass to Polly. They swing it around now to Tucker. Trying to get past Litsky. She picks up her dribble. 2 minutes into the second half. Wright makes a move, kicks it out to Tucker, drives baseline. Wills is there to deny. Good ball movement from Fairlawn as Nitka puts it up and in. They're going to blow the whistle now. They're going to give a delay of game warning against Samantha Tucker. I guess she didn't give the ball right to the inbounder for Wayne Hills, so no harm, no foul, but there's a warning issued now to Fairlawn after Nitka hit the shot in the lane. The inbound is to Cherub, and they're going to call a foul on Nitka now.
Well, Fairlawn has to watch their foul trouble. They already have a foul early in the third quarter.
7 fouls gets Wayne Hills into the bonus, and 10 will get them into the double bonus. So like Thomas said, already up to 2 fouls, and we're only 2 minutes in here. Litsky up ahead to Wills, who's wide open, drives baseline, pulls up from 6 feet and hits. Erica Wills with 6 points now. She's 3 for 3 shooting.
That was a great job by Litsky, finding her teammate who's open for the easy basket.
I'd like to correct myself. Erica did miss a 3 earlier on, so she's not 3 for 3. Here's Man Harper now, who's earned herself some playing time. She's only averaging 1 point per game. She's, you know, a bench player at best. And tonight she's brought some energy off the bench tonight and lit a little bit of a fire under this Fairlawn team as they get called for a travel, so it'll go back to Wayne Hills. Here comes Litsky now. Nice pass down low to Litsky. She's posting up way undersized in that matchup. They swing it to Wills. Wills loses it for a second. Down low to Cherub, denied by Man Harper to go out of bounds back to Wayne Hills.
Fairlawn's full court press and then pressuring the ball, whoever has the ball, not allowing passes inside into the paint will definitely keep Fairlawn in this game.
but not if Christy Cherub does that. She puts another one in. 19 points for her already. I don't know what her career high is, but she's got to be approaching that one. And now Fairlawn's going to call a timeout as Wayne Hills has really extended the lead now, up 31-19. So they've taken control here in the second half, outscoring the Cutters 9-2 so far in the third quarter. Thomas, what does Fairlawn have to do? You said they're playing great defense, but it's just not working.
Yeah, their offense is really struggling. It seems like the pressure from Wayne Hills is really keeping them at bay.
Wayne Hills' defense has been great, especially down low. They haven't been able to post up anyone. I mean, they have some good inside presences with Nieves and Nitka down low. They're both tall girls, but Cherub and Greenwald have been there to deny all night. And right now, Polly, Tucker, and Wright are not hitting their shots. That's why they only have 19 points right now, midway through the third quarter. So here comes Talia Wright and the Cutters. Intercepted by Lauren Sullivan. She's heading back the other way by herself. An easy 2 points, but she blows the layup.
That could be the hardest shot in the game, to score a layup on the run.
She made it look pretty hard right there. As Cherub is going to find Greenwald. So coming off the timeout, it got a little bit exciting here. Back and forth action as Nicolette Dries gets ready to check back in for Wayne Hills. They get it down low to Cherub, who puts it up, can't get it to go. They battle for it. Wills taps it back out to Greenwald. Nice play by her. Litsky comes around the screen. Man, Harper's there. Sullivan loses it. Nieves is there. Erica Wills applying pressure on Tracy Wright. Man, Harper tries to get past Litsky on the baseline. They're going to call a blocking foul on Sam Litsky. As Dries checks in for Litsky, who picked up her first foul right there. Hills is first of the half. Polly pulls up from long range and hits Crystal Polly from downtown. And now Fairlawn cuts it back down to single digits.
Well, that was just poor defending by Wayne Hills. She was wide open for a three. Who wouldn't take a wide open shot?
And Polly drained it. She's the leading scorer for this team, coming in with 13.5 points per game. As they're going to call a foul on Wright as Tucker comes back in, replacing Polly. Cherub triple team. Not surprising as Sullivan controls now. Heads for the corner. Loses it in traffic. It goes out of bounds back to Fairlawn as Polly will check back in for Nieves. So Fairlawn going with a very small lineup. Nitka will move to center.
Well, this is a time for Christy Cherub to shine. With shorter people around her, she should have no problem making layups and getting easy baskets.
They're going to call a moving screen on Tucker, who's disgusted with the call, but Erica Wills drew it. So other than Nitka, the tallest player on the floor for Fairlawn's Tracy Wright, who's probably around 5'5", I would say. So a smaller lineup for them. They're looking for some speed, as Tucker appears to be a little bit shaken up. Samantha Leibowitz coming in for the first time tonight. She'll take Tucker out of the game. So Leibowitz seeing her first action of the night. Greenwald handling the ball a little bit. Nicolette Dries gets inside, puts it up. No good off the backboard. Wright comes down with the board. Gets it up ahead to Polly.
Well, that's what Wayne Hills wants. They want inside shots over all of the shorter players in order to try and get some easy baskets.
Nika drives. He's going to be fouled by Cherub.
That looked like a clean block to me. It looked like it was all ball, but Polly just must have pushed hard enough to make the referees agree with her.
Talia Nika at the line. She's got 4 points tonight, the leading scorer for Fairlawn. She hits that one, so make it 5 for her. So Coach Porter is going to call a timeout right here with 2:29 to go in the third quarter, with Wayne Hills leading by a score of 31-23. So they've really taken the bull by the horns in this third quarter and really taking control of this game. And the way their defense is looking right now, it's going to be hard for Fairlawn to come back.
It is. In order for Fairlawn to have any chance, then to continue to play solid defense on the interior and hopefully get some quick, fast break points in order to make the score a little bit more manageable. And hopefully, entering the fourth quarter, they'll try and put the game away.
So Wayne Hills is really stuck with the same 5 or 6 girls all night. The only players coming in off the bench have been Dries and Vasiljevic, but the starting 5 have been in there the majority of the game. And you could say that for both teams, as Fairlawn's only worked in 8 girls as well. So Nika will head back to the line, shooting her second free throw, which falls. So Talia Nika's 4 for 4 from the stripe. She's got 6 points now to match Crystal Polly's 6. Christy Cherup's not in the game right now, so with a comfortable lead, Coach Porter can afford to give her a breather to get her ready for the fourth quarter. Dries swings it to Litsky, wide open for 3. Sam Litsky can't get it to go. That's the look she wants, because she can hit those. Polly trapped, finds Nico, pulls up from 12 feet off the back of the rim. Nieves gets inside, tries to rip it away from Dries, but they're going to call a jump ball. It'll stay right here with Fairlawn.
That's what Fairlawn needs to do. They didn't have good hustle on the offensive end in order to get some more points before going back on defense.
No good off for the front of the rim. They're going to call an over-the-back foul on Fairlawn. So Hills will retain possession with 1:56 to go.
Well, now Wayne Hills also has the advantage of having 2 fouls compared to Fairlawn's 5 fouls. So they could exploit Fairlawn's foul trouble in the near future.
I didn't even notice, but Shona Birchall had gotten into the game for a brief moment. She was taken out by Nicolette Dries, but the sophomore Birchall getting in there. Wills pulls up from 3, no good. They're going to call an over-the-back foul on Nicolette Dries, or maybe Greenwald.
That's a shot that Wayne Hills wants to see, a wide-open 3. Yes, she did miss it, but it was wide open, and she had a good opportunity to score.
That was the second straight wide-open 3 that Hills has had. They just missed both of them, as Birchall will come right back in, replacing Dries. So the two of them tag teaming to get into this game.
Well, it could be an offensive-defensive switch. Birchall could be the better defender, and they put in the other for offense.
It's quite possible because there's been a stoppage in play both after each possession. So Coach Porter's just putting them back and forth as Man Harper gets inside and puts it in. Ariel Man Harper has been the spark off the bench for Fairlawn in this one. She hits her second bucket of the game. As Wills is going to take it up. The lead's been cut to 5 now. This is the closest Fairlawn's been in a while. Here's Litsky, who'll line it up. No good. Greenwald, the offensive board, puts it up. No good, but she's going to be fouled by Nika. So things picking up a little bit now late in this third quarter as Greenwald will head to the stripe.
This is Fairlawn's 6th foul now. 1 more foul, and they're in the penalty.
So Wayne Hills will be in the bonus for the entire fourth quarter. That's a huge advantage that they're going to look to take advantage of. Greenwald's high arcing free throw is perfect. As Fairlawn will get a sub in. That's number 22, Megan Tuschler, who saw a couple of minutes in the first half. Greenwald lined it up. Air ball. So she's 1 for 2 from the line. 32-26 Wayne Hills. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Polly tries to get it inside to Tuchler. She couldn't handle it. Greenwald comes away with the turnover.
Wayne Hills needs to score right here to make it a 3-possession game headed into the fourth quarter.
Wills gets it to Sullivan, who had no intentions of shooting despite the fact she was wide open. Litsky's shot's no good. She's been off the mark for the most part tonight after banking that 3 to get the scoring started. Man, Harper can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Polly, gets inside, getting through traffic. Crystal Polly can't get it to go. They get it back, and Nieves misses the easy layup. Wills flips it up ahead to Sullivan, who will get it back to Wills with 2 seconds to go. She's going to have to put one up. 1 second now, and she can't get it off in time. I don't think Erica knew how much time was on the clock. But that'll do it for 3 quarters of action. We'll head to a break with the Patriots. Oh, we're going to stay right here, excuse me. 32-26 Wayne Hills at the end of 3. They looked to really take control early on in that third, but Fairlawn battled back, and it's still a doable margin.
Well, notice how Wayne Hills started losing points in this game once Cherub was on the bench. Once they get Cherub back into the game in the fourth quarter to close out the game, they should have no problem securing the victory.
So Coach Porta coaching up his girls, as you see right there, very animated on the sidelines. This is his second year coaching the team, replacing Bill Percy, who had some success here at Wayne Hills. But Coach Porta is really getting on his girls right now. He's a little upset with their defense, it looks like, in that end of that third quarter, because they've really let Fairlawn right back in it after Hills had extended the lead to 11 or 12. It's down to 6 now, so Chrissy Cherub's going to have to get back to her scoring ways. She only had 4 points in that third quarter. She has 19 for the game.
Well, if Wayne Hills keeps running into the lanes, keeps trying to get layups, they're guaranteed to have Fairlawn foul them into the penalty and then to play conservative for the rest of the game.
Fairlawn's going to stay in a man-to-man defense. Sullivan's going to inbound. 5-second violation. That's the second time they've called that on Sullivan, but it's not her fault. No one's getting open. No one was even moving on that. It looked like they hadn't started the screens or the motion or whatever they needed. So here we go. Fairlawn gets the ball right off the bat.
It is essential for Hills right now to get a defensive stop.
Cheerleaders getting into it for the first time. It's getting a little bit loud here in this fourth quarter now with Hills leading by 6. Tracy Wright gets it to Nieves. Wright pump fakes. Drops it off for Polly. They go to the floor now. They're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go to Fairlawn after Wayne Hills had the ball for a brief moment to start off the fourth quarter. Not sure if you could hear that call, but the referee's admitting they made a mistake by not giving the ball to Wayne Hills to start the second half. So even though the arrow was favoring Fairlawn, they're going to give it back to the Patriots.
Let's see if Wayne Hills can get the ball inbounds without another 5-second violation.
They get it up ahead to Dries as they break the full court press. Get it to Greenwald. Litsky pulls up from 18 feet and hits. So Sam Litsky, after missing a few shots in a row, comes back to hit that one. She now has 6 points on the night, and Wayne Hills leads by 8.
That was a clutch shot. Now it's at least a 3-possession game.
Polly pumps, drops it off for Tucker, who gets inside. Nice move by Tucker. The perfect pass to Nieves. She can't handle it. Tucker doing a great job to create for herself. They're going to call a jump ball and this time they will give it to Fairlawn.
Well, Coach Porter was trying to call a timeout, but they didn't get it in time.
Dries is there to pick off the pass, but it goes out of bounds back to Fairlawn. 6:44 now to go. We're a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. taken away by Nicolette Dries, but it's taken right back by Tracy Wright. They're going to call a foul on either Cherup or Dries. So Nicolette Dries takes it and gives it right back.
The foul was on Cherup. It looked like it was like she tried to reach over her head in order to block the shot.
Well, we saw Cherup leave the game in the third quarter, and we thought maybe she was just getting a breather, but the truth was she was in foul trouble. That is her 4th foul right there. That is huge for Wayne Hills, as she's going to have to come out of the game. Wills replaces her, but Hills is going to have to keep their defense tight because their leading scorer is on the bench.
And now notice Wayne Hills also has a smaller lineup than Fairlawn. So let's see if Fairlawn can exploit their weakness.
Wright misses a pair. Missed opportunity from the cutters as Man Harper will come back in for Nika. Sullivan had trouble finding someone again as she gets it to Greenwald, and they finally break the press. Wills will take it up. Gets it to Dries in the corner. Sullivan loses it. Wills is there to clean up her mess. They post up Greenwald, has good inside position, puts it up, no good, but she'll head to the line.
Well, that was good physicality by Wayne Hills, not giving up after the initial pump fake and making sure they could draw the foul.
Greenwald at the line. It was 1 for 2 on her first pair. Short on this one. Greenwald, her 2nd air ball on a free throw tonight. As Burchell's going to come in for Dries. So Bridget Greenwald, her touch looks nice. It's a high arcing shot, but it's been ugly as far as the results go. Wright getting inside, tries to drop it off for Nika. I'm sorry, that's Nieves. Gets it to Man Harper. Hills' defense has been stifling. Our man-to-man has been pressure-filled the whole night. Inside is Nika, and she puts it home. A 3-point play for Talia Nika, and it's back down to a 6-point game.
Well, that's one of the first rules in basketball. Don't foul a jump shooter, and that's exactly what Wayne Hills just did.
So Burchell's stint is short, as were her first 2. So her and Dries are just switching off right now. Nika can't get the free throw to go. Dries cross-court pass to Wills. That was dangerous. Wills working one-on-one with Wright, who pokes it away for a second. The pace getting a little bit frantic here. Greenwald gets inside, no good on the layup. Nice screen from Polly as Wright works off of it, puts it up, no good. Contested by Wills. Dries comes away with it. She's got a fast break coming the other way. There's no one there to help her. They're going to call a block on Crystal Poggi. That's their 8th foul, so now that foul trouble that Thomas was talking about is going to come back to haunt them as Dries will head to the line to shoot 1-1.
Well, that's their 8th foul. When they get 10, any foul, even if it's on the floor, results in a free throw. So if Wayne Hills can get them to 10 fouls before the 2-minute mark, they have a very good chance in the last 2 minutes to be able to make free throws whenever they're in trouble.
Tushler and Tucker come in for Man Harper and Nieves, as well as Vasiljevic, who's about to come in for Dries if she makes both free throws. Exactly 5 minutes to go. Dries' first falls. She gets the roll. So that's Nicolette Dries' first points of the night. Her second's good as well. So Dries knocks down a pair, and Vasiljevic will come in for her. So with Cherub out of the game, Hills having to put 2 big men in there to join Bridget Greenwald. So Burchell, Dries, and Vasiljevic have all rotated, replacing Cherub. And I'd expect Coach Porter to get her back in the game pretty soon with 4:45 to go. Wright couldn't keep her pivot foot on the floor, so it'll be a traveling violation back over to Wayne Hills. Wills gets it to Sullivan. Tough press. They're going to give Coach Porter the timeout before they turn the ball over. Coach Porter's going to call a full timeout with 4:31 to go. Wayne Hills leading by 8. So one thing I'm going to bring up, take a little edge off here. Erica Wills, of course, the great pitcher for the softball team, and baseball players are known for their superstitions, and softball is obviously the girls' version of baseball. She's going to throw this out there. Erica Wills paints her nails before every game, and she doesn't just paint them. She paints them the colors of the opposing team. So today she's got on her black nail polish with the red and white stripes and some dots, and it's an interesting strategy, but whatever works for her.
Yeah, I don't know if it could be that maybe they can't see her hands as well if she's in front of the other player, so they can get more steals. But it probably isn't that. Maybe it's just superstition, like you said.
Whatever works. I mean, she could use whatever help she can get. She's got 6 points tonight, and she's handling the ball pretty well. But she hasn't exactly blossomed into the star we've been hoping for this year. But she's been pretty solid nonetheless. Wills will check it in to Greenwald. Litsky controls. She's not going to be in much of a hurry. Hills won't be in much of a hurry the rest of the night. Up by 8 with 4.5 minutes to go. Dries flings it over to Wills. They kick it out to Sullivan, who takes her first shot of the night. She doesn't take very many shots, but she pulled up from 18 feet there. And they're going to call a foul on Fairlawn. It'll go against Nieves. So now Greenwald will go to the line.
Well, that's a bad foul by Fairlawn. If they were going to foul, they need to block a shot and make them earn their shots from the free throw line. Well, now it's 9 fouls, 1 more foul, and Wayne Hills gets 1 for 1, which means if they make a free throw, they get another free throw.
The front end of the 1-and-1 always very important. And Greenwald gets hers to go. She's now 2 for 5 from the line. She's got 4 points tonight. Her second is good. So Greenwald knocks down a pretty pair after the 2 shots before were pretty ugly from the line. But so she gets her percentage up to 500 now.
Well, Wayne Hills can now sit back and relax a little bit when they are in control of the ball. They're up by 10 points with a little bit under 4 minutes to go.
If they just keep the defense up the way it's going, they'll have no problem winning this one as Sullivan gets the steal. She'll take it up with 3.5 to go. Loose ball taken away by Tucker. Up ahead to Polly. Polly pulls up from the free throw stripe and banks it home. Crystal Polly now has 8 points to lead the scoring for the Cutters, as they're going to go into a full court press now to try to force a steal because they need whatever they can get with 3 minutes to go, down by 8.
Yeah, Fairlawn needed that basket. It was a quick basket, not too much time given up.
They're going to need a lot more of those as they're going to call a travel on Lauren Sullivan. And here comes Christy Cherub with 3:02 to go. checking in with 4 fouls. She's going to have to be very, very careful, but on the offensive end, she's been an absolute force. 19 points in this game, 15 of them in the first half, and she's been sitting out most of the second half in foul trouble.
Well, Christy Cherub could be the Dwight Howard of the WNBA one day. Gets into foul trouble, but also puts up a lot of points and a lot of rebounds.
Traveling on Samantha Tucker. Those are the type of turnovers Fairlawn just cannot afford right now. No one's coming over to inbound for Hills. They finally get Sullivan to show up. She finds Litsky under her own basket. Hills is going to slow it up now. They backed off the full court press. They're in a man-to-man. Fairlawn's a little bit confused with their matchup. They have the center Nika guarding the guard Lauren Sullivan, but it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with Wayne Hills.
Well, Fairlawn could have pulled off their full court press because they don't want to give Wayne Hills any free throw opportunities.
Wills gets it to Sullivan. Here comes the full court press. They find Wills in the middle, who tried to get it to a wide open Litsky. They battle for it now, and Litsky comes away with it.
That's great hustle by Litsky, knowing where the ball is and how to get to it the quickest way possible.
Wills dribbling in circles now. She finds Sullivan. And there's Litsky open, finds Greenwald open wide open underneath, and she lays it in. So an easy 2 for Bridget Greenwald. And it's getting awfully tough now for Fairlawn to come back down by 10 with 2 minutes to go. But there's a 2-point basket for Samantha Tucker. So just like that, it's back down to 8. But Thomas, really, what type of chances do you give Fairlawn right now?
Slim to none right now. With Cherub back into the game, under 2 minutes to go, 9 fouls, need 1 more to get to the 1-and-1. There is very little chance that Fairlawn can get back into this game.
Now the 2 biggest threats for Wayne Hills down lower are Cherub, as you see us down here, our little station. Cherub and Greenwald down low for Wayne Hills are in the game right now. So really the only way for Fairlawn to come back, in my opinion, is to hit the outside jump shot. They're going to have to hit their 3-pointers right now, and they haven't been able to do that too much tonight. So, I mean, that's really what they have to do. Otherwise, they're in a deep hole.
Yeah, that's true. Fairlawn really needs to get some quick, fast break opportunities, capitalize on them, and be stellar on the defensive end.
Both teams break the huddles with 1:58 to go. Hills leading 40-32. All 5 starters out there for the Wayne Hills. Sullivan, Wills, Greenwald, Cherub, and Litsky. Again, Sullivan having trouble finding someone. She forces it into Wills, who loses it. Stolen by Harper. They go to the floor, knock one into the corner. Poggy from downtown, no good. Man, Harper with the board, can't get it to go. They fight for it. Poggy pulls up again from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Patriots, and they're going to call a foul from behind on Tracy Wright. Looked like a clean knockaway. It would have been Hill's ball either way, but now they're going to get 2 free throws. You see Tracy Wright upset with the call.
Well, Fairlawn does not want another technical foul. They had one early in the game. Also, they had a delay of game, so the officials could be slightly against Fairlawn with another bad, defending.
Sullivan misses the first one. Misses both, so she's still scoreless tonight. But Cherub gets inside and puts it in. So Cherub gets over that 20-point plateau. She's got 21. And Hills is back up by 10 with 1.5 minutes to go. And here comes the backcourt violation. Things just spiraling out of control now for the Cutters. As Wayne Hills it looks like they're going to improve to 3-4 on the year. And Fairlawn's most likely going to drop to 6-3. They're calling a travel on Bridget Greenwald. I really didn't see that. It looked like there were two Fairlawn girls ripping the ball out of her arms, or trying to at least.
There was definitely a foul, but that could have been after the fact that she traveled. But the referees know it best.
Tucker finds right in the corner, 1:15 to go. A long three-pointer by Tucker. That was short by a good 5 feet. As Cherup's going to handle the ball now. She gets fouled, so a chance for her to add to her point total with 1:07 left.
Well, she's perfect from the free throw line, so that's who Wayne Hills wants to have up there.
As Thomas alluded to, Cherub 4 for 4 from the line, all of those in the first half. She's scored in every quarter tonight, 21 points for her, looking to add to that. She misses her first free throw. As they empty the benches now on both sides. Vasiljevic comes in. Cherub hits the second. So she has 22 points now. She's 5 for 6 from the line. Wright pulls up from way downtown. Oh, and it gets jammed in the side of the rim. It's always funny when that one happens, but none of these girls are going to be able to reach that high up. They flip another. Oh, look at the ref get up. The official knocking that one out. No need for a ball. Exactly 1 minute to go. Tucker, no good. Sullivan will flip it up ahead to Cherub. She's got Litsky up the side, but it's taken away by Palye. Sullivan, oh, sorry, Thomas. Sullivan flying past defenders, and they're going to call a jump ball here.
Fairlawn is throwing up shots, doing bad dribbles, driving into the lane where it's completely crowded. There are no way that they're going to be able to come back in this game if they have such bad possessions, such as the one we have just seen.
Well, they're down by 11 with 38 seconds to go, so this one's over. But if you're Fairlawn in a little bit of a closer game, they need to step it up a little bit defensively. They're taking bad shots, like you said, but they kind of have to try the three-pointers right now. But for Hills, they're forcing the issue still. They really should just sit back and dribble out the clock with 20 seconds to go. As you see the time just ticking down. And now Cherub's going to do the smart thing and just sit back and see if they'll just let her go. So tonight was definitely the Christy Cherub show. They're going to call a foul on the Evis, so she's going to get a chance to add to that. Fairlawn's in the double bonus. She'll get 2 shots with 5.5 seconds left. No good on the first. She's good on the second, so Cherub will most likely finish with a game-high total of 23 as Wright will dribble out the clock. So that'll do it here from the Gifford Gym at Wayne Hills High School. A dominating effort put forth here by Coach Porter's Wayne Hills squad, winning the game by a considerable margin. So the teams will shake hands. Thomas, final thoughts on tonight's game?
Oh, it's a great effort by Wayne Hills. They had Fairlawn beat from the beginning, but it's good to know that they kept in there, didn't let them come back too much in this game, and they should be good for their next few games and have some momentum.
Well, we have a very special guest who's going to be joining us. We're going to have a post-game interview after this.
I always dreamed of being a sports commentator. Little. Practice. I guess that's the thing that means most to me, is that I want to be remembered as a commentator. I remember when I used to go to the Yankee games, I used to listen to the great Bob Shepard over the loudspeaker. It inspired me. To this day, I can only dream of my voice being as famous as the voice of God. I guess it's something you just have to love. I live for it. Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Week 8 of the 30-Minute Drill.
Back here at Wayne Hills High School, where the Wayne Hills Patriots beat the Fair Lawn Cutters. I'm here with the star of tonight's game, Christy Charap, who dropped 23 on this Fair Lawn team. Christy, congratulations. Quite an accomplishment for just a sophomore.
Thank you.
Would you say this is definitely the best game of your life?
Yeah, I've never gotten 23 points, and I wanted to come out here and do my best, and I did, so I'm happy for that.
Now, how big of a game was this? I mean, Fair Lawn's pretty good, 6-2. I mean, were you really looking forward to the win? Because you guys have struggled a little bit this year. You played some tough teams, and how big of a game was this for you guys?
I think we really wanted to come out with a win, and we did. So I think that's really good for us, and we really wanted this, and we worked at it in practice, and we just gave it our all this game.
Now, last year you guys had a pretty good team. You struggled a little bit, like I said. You're 3-6 now. How far do you guys think you can go? I mean, you lost Holly Basnick. Obviously, that was big, but you've really replaced her pretty well down low. So you and Bridget have done really well in down low, and you're replacing her scoring, which is really the biggest thing she left behind.
Yeah.
So I mean, how do you think you can win counties, or as far as potential, where can this team go this year?
I think we go really far this year. We go to states. I think we're just going to take it, and we're going to surprise everyone and come out and play every game 100%, and I think that's what we got to do with this year. So.
All right, now let's take a look at some of the plays you made tonight. I mean, the scoring was pretty much endless for you. Here we go. This is early on. Here, take us through these plays.
I think that just really, I don't know what comes to mind.
You got down low pretty well. You picked up some garbage points. You showed off a little bit of shooting here. I mean, you really scored from all different ways tonight down low. I mean, is it hard for you down there? It seems like you're making it look pretty easy with these girls that are 2 years older than you, and you're really taking them to school. I mean, look at that sky hook in the lane.
I think I've always worked at this for all my life, and I just wanted to impress people this game, and I thought that I came out and tried my best and just put them up.
All right, well, thank you, Christy. That'll just about do it here from Wayne Hills. For everyone on our television crew, of course, Mr. Hookstraight and my fellow announcers, Thomas Auerbach and Joe Rapp. Thank you to everyone as well as Christy.
Thank
so
you.
That'll do it here from Wayne Hills. I'm John Vittas signing off.